So in line with your policy as NAFDAC, what are you doing in relation to drug security?
That is such a good question. Yesterday, I was at the University of Jos delivering a public lecture on drug security. Substandard falsified medicines is a big problem for us in Africa generally, but in Nigeria in particular. We have maybe about 15 to 17% of substandard falsified medicines in Nigeria.
That's huge.
It is huge. It is huge. Many of these products are smuggled in. It's not product that we register, but some of them are also products that we register that they may falsify after the first year or second year, which was my point in terms of continuous monitoring. But now what we're doing in NAFDAC is getting the zones and the states involved in monitoring. One gadget, I was at a meeting at Oxford University about 4 weeks ago, is on medicine quality and public health. Sometimes people don't think that the quality of medicine affects the health, but it does. I met different companies with screening gadgets, and one is about $50,000. One scanner is the TrueScan, the one that I said we used before. It's about $50,000. Now, if we want to make it available, maybe 2 per state, you're talking of 72 times 50,000. That is 36, what do I call it? 50 times 36.
That's we're getting to about 3.6 million.
3.6 million, exactly, dollars. We have to provide that for our state coordinators, our zonal directors, because that's the only way they can easily go to the market or to the pharmacy shops or to the patent medicine dealers to check, to spot checks. It's going to be unannounced, so everybody has to be on their feet. And even the patent medicine dealers now, we are all on the same page that we need to protect ourselves, because it's not like you are protecting the public. You are part of the I'm part of the public. So I'm protecting myself, I'm protecting you if we're able to do this, but we're going to do it. Yesterday was the training for the zonal directors. They came from the 6 geographical zones to Abuja to be trained on how to use the TrueScan. We have some already, but we are purchasing more. Then we have the the mobile authentication scheme, where you scratch and call, or text rather, to see whether your product is genuine. I did that about 2 weeks ago because I had some bad cold, and I did the scratch thing and text, and he said, "Oh, that's good." I said, well, "Good, it's working." So we are doing that, especially for essential drugs, antibiotics, and anti-malarials. So that is one way, another way to protect. But what we are doing is just continuously monitoring, continuously. We are working also with ACPN. ACPN is an association of community pharmacists in Nigeria. They are cooperating with us because I'm a pharmacist. I'm part of that group also. And they are in charge of the pharmacy stores all over the country.
That's an interesting dimension, because one will wonder what NAFDAC is doing to encourage local manufacturers of drugs in the country.
You're coming to the right person, because I'm a proponent of local manufacturing. That is the only way to ensure drug security. We import about 70% of our drugs and only make 30%. What I would like to see in about 4 years is to be manufacturing about 70% locally and importing 30%, because we will still import, So what we are trying to do is to do, actually, there are so many things on our pot, on our stove, so to say, that we are cooking up, is to know the capacity of the industry itself locally. For example, if 20 companies are making paracetamol or Panadol, then we know we have enough. We don't need more companies to make paracetamol. The China trip that I went for, we were talking of partnerships with some Chinese companies or companies all over the world, it doesn't matter. But they have to partner with us right here on our soil We don't want them to trade here. We want them to partner with us. Of course, they will be trading, but to enhance the capacity of the locals so that we'll get more people employed. For drugs, the only thing that the local manufacturer doesn't import is water.
Is it cheaper to manufacture drugs here in Nigeria as to in China?
That is another very good question. At the beginning, it will not be cheaper, but on the long run, it's going to be cheaper. First of all, because we have to import the HVAC system. If it is a product that needs clean air, we have to import everything. So the burden, the stress on the local manufacturer is great. I've been talking with the Minister of Trade to give incentives for our local manufacturers to be able to bring things in, raw materials. So we don't have raw materials made here at all.
Are you manufacturing malaria drugs in Nigeria for local production?
Yes. Yes, malaria drugs
that's not imported.
It is very important.
No, I mean not imported.
No, some of them are imported, some are not imported. But we make anti-malaria drugs in Nigeria. But everything has to be, all the materials, raw materials have to be imported. So the burden is high on the local manufacturers. And if the government can give incentives, the Bank of the Industry can give single-digit loan or interest rate loan to our local companies, then Nigeria pharmaceutical manufacturers will fly. I was opportune to visit 3 companies about 3 months ago. I was flabbergasted. I was pleasantly surprised. 2 of the companies, if not 3, can stand side by side by any American company. But they put so much money on it to make it so. First of all, the road to that to the 3 companies actually, the road was bad. That is the least the government can do for the companies. Because I was going to bring some Israeli companies to come and visit, and then I said, yeah, let me just wait a little bit.
Because of the road.
Because of the road. And then you get to the plants, you will be in heaven.
World class.
Of pharmaceutical. Yes.
And that is Nigeria.
That is Nigeria. Our companies can do it. We did it in the 60s, 70s, 80s, before the multinationals left the country. We can still do it, and we are working towards that.
I'd like to appreciate you, Professor Moji Adeyeye, the Director General of NAFDAC, for enlightening us and telling us about the placenta hominis. So hopefully it's not in circulation yet. And
it's not in circulation at all.
Nigeria.
No, we've not registered anything like that.
Thank you so much indeed for talking to us on Sunrise Daily. And Sunrise Daily will be back with another different perspective. Join us again.